RapidLogger is the leading provider of efficient monitoring software and hardware systems for oilfield and petrochemical applications.
This video will go over the components of a RapidLogger EDR system. This two-part rig and barge system is for work over rates. Here you can see the rig kit, and here is the barge kit. These communicate over a dedicated Wi-Fi link consisting of the high-power Wi-Fi access point to be installed on the rig, as well as the station access point which should be installed on the barge where the pumping will take place. The range of communication for the link is between 100 to 200 meters depending on weather conditions and the height of the antenna. The rig kit is AC powered, while the barge kit is powered by 12 to 24 DC supply. The main unit on the rig kit is a RapidLogger Max system. This is the brains of the RapidLogger's data acquisition, and it is connected to the RapidLogger Zone 1 barrier box. The barrier box contains intrinsically safe barriers to allow signals from hazardous areas to be brought into the RapidLogger system without concern for sparking or arcing. The barge kit is meant for installation in a Zone 2 environment rather than a Zone 1 environment. Hence, it is certified as a non-arcing device, meaning that in the presence of explosive gases, this kit does not create a spark. However, an operator may not connect or disconnect any wires when hazardous gases are present. Next, we will go over the sensors on the rig kit. Here we have a 1502 Union pressure sensor rated for 15,000 psi, connected to the RapidLogger barrier box with a standpipe pressure cable. Another 1502 pressure sensor is connected to the wellhead or annulus pressure cable. The encoder is connected to the rig winch shaft on a drilling rig or to a pulley system on a hydraulic jack rig where there is no winch. The purpose of the encoder is to measure the block position or the height of the jack cylinders. This information is used to calculate the pipe depth in the RapidLogger software. The hook load or the hanging weight of the pipe is measured by a 5,000 psi pressure sensor on the RapidLogger system connected to the hydraulic load cell or cable tension sensor or the hydraulic jack line to determine the hanging weight of the pipe. The rotary torque is also measured by a similar 5,000 psi pressure sensor. Next is the explosion-proof rotary depth encoder. It requires no safety barriers. However, its cable must be routed in a manner that it is not cut or damaged during operation. Now we have the return flow sensor, which measures the return mud flow using a paddle in the return flow line. In order to install the return flow sensor, a customized saddle is provided that must be welded into the return flow line. The position of the paddle is proportionate to the volume of the mud flow, and this is used to determine the amount of mud flowing back out of the well. The 1502 Union flow meter is used to measure the flow rate of fluids. It can be used to measure pump flow rate or return flow rate. Inside of it is a small high-speed turbine that rotates with the fluid flow. The speed of the turbine is proportional to the flow rate of the fluid being measured. The movement of the turbine is measured by a magnetic pickup that senses the rotation of the turbine. This type of flow meter can only be used with non-abrasive fluids such as water, oil, brine, etc. Mud or slurries can cause the turbine blades to wear very quickly. The next sensor is the guided wave radar-based level sensor. This sensor is comprised of the main sensor body, the cable or wire rope adapter which connects to the back of the sensor, and the wire rope, which connects to the bottom of the wire rope adapter. The other end of the wire rope has a weighted anchor meant to be tied down at the bottom of a mud pit. The level sensor is used to measure the level of fluid, such as brine, mud, or oil, etc., in a tank or pit. It comes with a 25-foot wire rope for measuring level. This must be cut or tied off in the field to the appropriate length. The wire rope should be straight and tight between the sensor and the bottom of the tank. The level sensor sends an electrical signal down the length of the wire rope that is reflected by either the bottom of the tank or the first surface of a fluid that it encounters. This information is utilized to measure the level of fluid in the tank. Here is the RapidLogger barge kit. The barge kit connects to pumps located on the barge, as well as level sensors installed in the mud pits on the barge. A 15,000 psi Viatran pressure sensor with a 1502 wing union is connected to the pump pressure signal cable. The pump strokes are measured by this inductive proximity sensor and connected to the pump rate cable. This barge kit is configured for 3 pumps. Here you can also see the slave Wi-Fi antenna and the DC power supply. The RapidLogger EDR kits usually ship with 1 or 2 gas detectors. In this instance, there is 1 hydrogen sulfide H2S detector and 1 combustible gas or methane detector. These work independently of the RapidLogger system and turn on a locally provided alarm or beacon when activated. Here we have the RapidLogger drilling touchscreen system. This is a single-panel computer and touchscreen system running the RapidView drilling software. The system screen is touch sensitive and all operations can be performed through touch controls. In case of using gloved hands, a separate USB mouse and keyboard can also be plugged in to operate the system. The touchscreen system is connected to two Wi-Fi antennas, which must be installed where they have good access to the Wi-Fi signal of the RapidLogger access point.